Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kerry with How Do We Get There podcast. Today we have a special guest, a return guest, my nephew, Vatrell Fountain,
Thank you.
author, motivator, real estate investor. Hey, good to have you, nephew.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the invite. I appreciate it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's all love here. You know what I'm saying? It's all love here. You know, ever since the last time we you know what I'm saying, we chopped it up, I was like, man, I got to get you back on because to me, it's nothing more important than encouraging others. And it's nothing more important than putting things out there into the atmosphere. So when they happen,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, there is a record.
Yeah.
A testimony, as the Bible would say, a testimony of what took place.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the last time we talked, we were talking about your book. What's the title of your book?
It starts with you.
It starts with you. All right. Since it starts with you, we've now put together a what? A daily
success journal.
Daily success journal.
Yeah.
Daily success journal. Now we have.
I got one more that I'm working on right now called The 4 Keys to Your Better Future.
The 4 Keys to Your Better Future. Now you have your own YouTube page too, right?
I do.
And what is that?
The Fountain of Wisdom.
The Fountain of Wisdom. Man, this cat right here.
It was good. You know how to use the last name and, you know, make sense. So.
the Fountain of Wisdom.
Yeah.
You know what, nephew? I want to say I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of the man you're becoming.
Thank you. Yeah.
As we were, I think it was the last Sunday, Gabby, or Sunday before last, we was looking at some pictures. You know what I'm saying? We were looking at the pictures of you when you had your favorite little suit on and you had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your favorite. I can remember them days where Vatrell said I don't know if he can remember this. He gonna preach on Sunday and play for the Dallas Cowboys all on the same Sunday. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said he was gonna do. Am I right?
Yeah, it was right.
It was right. He gonna play for the Dallas Cowboys and preach on Sunday. That's what Trail said.
I was gonna be the quarterback too.
Be the quarterback. I was getting ready to say something, but I pulled it back. I was getting ready to say something, but I pulled it back because I know I had to hear my wife's mouth if I say what I was just thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let that ride. You know, and you know, normally I'd have my beautiful wife with me in here on today, but like I said, today you got my nephew. He's in town. What are you doing right now while you're in town? Tell us what you're doing right now.
Right now I'm looking at more properties we can get to. Trying to get finished up the other one that we just acquired.
Okay.
And still trying to get a little bit more financing for the next ones. But that's it right now. Seeing the family a little bit before I leave.
Okay. All right. Well, where you going?
So I'm going back out to Portland, Oregon. So I'm going back to sell like I did last year. Yeah, so that's pretty much it right now.
He's skipping town again, ladies and gentlemen. He was in Atlanta. You're in Atlanta selling solar
panels. Yeah.
Solar panels. What is that taught you?
The sales?
Yeah, the sales and selling solar. Because sales is transferable.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's different when you selling. There's a difference in selling pest control and there's a difference in selling solar panels.
Yes. The solar panels it intrigued my interest because I'm a big fan of like saving the environment, understanding that, you know, we only get one of these, so we got to take care of it.
Got to take care of it.
So that's why I'm a fan of electric cars too.
Okay.
But it's the same thing as I'm a fan of letting somebody save some money too.
Okay.
Because as the electric companies go, they're all a monopoly. You gotta pay them. You only got one. You only got one that you paying to, and it's a monopoly, and it gives you a chance to own your own electricity, something that you're gonna pay regardless, no matter who you are, what you do. You're gonna have lights in your house,
right?
So, and it gives you a chance to own your own electricity by having the solar panels on your house that the sun's going to rise every day unless the good Lord takes it away.
Right. Okay. All right.
So, and it feels better because I mean, both of them are doing a service. The solar panels are just going towards saving the environment and being able to save money. And the pest control is nobody wants no ants, no spiders, no rodents in their house either. Right. So I'm in the profession of helping. That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Oh, profession of helping. Yeah. Now I can say, myself right now, tomorrow, I got a meeting with one of my partners about pest control. Mm-hmm. We're working on a project about mosquito repellent. Okay. Killing mosquitoes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like I said, I already have equipment. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just putting the equipment I have to use. Mm-hmm. I already have misters and foggers. Yeah. So now what I'm doing is, okay, my friend here's like, you already got this stuff right here. Yeah. And this is the time of year to where mosquitoes are their worst.
Yes.
They're at their worst. Uh-huh. And people are starting to get outside right now to have graduation parties, Mother's Day cookout, Father's Day will be coming up. Mm-hmm. All kinds of things, the activities that they want to do outside.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, there's got to be somewhere in there for Carrie to make a few dollars.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I said, I thought about this last year, but I just didn't. I didn't execute it last year.
Yeah.
So this year I said, well, we got to execute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're a lot like me. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for opportunities everywhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities, because my thing is this. I want to make more. I have a couple of avenues that I make my income from. I need a couple of more avenues. You know what I'm saying? Because I need one avenue to fund this what I'm doing. I got to have something to fund that I'm doing. Yeah. And so that's the way I like to operate. I want to fund everything that I want to do, but you got to have disposable income to be able to fund anything. Am I correct in that?
That's correct. And I think most people don't get that. And I think most people that's why most people are stuck. Okay. And that's what I put in my book, is that most people are stuck because they only have one source of income. And if that source of income goes, then they can't do anything. Or they have to go stay at a job that they hate because they don't have nowhere else to get no more money. Right. It's not the fact that they don't have the opportunity. It's just they don't want to embark on the opportunity.
Right. So it's going to take some of you.
Yes. And it's going to take some, it's going to take some time. You just be like, I don't know if I want to do this. Right. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
It's not.
It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak. Yeah. It's as me and the guest I had last week, Mr. Harold Gravely, was talking. He was 48 years old.
Yeah.
When he stepped out there, really, to embark and start doing things full time.
Yeah.
I think he told me he bought his first property at 48. He's 65 now. Yeah. He has 27 properties. So it ain't never too late.
No.
But it ain't never too soon, is it?
No. That's the thing that I wanted to emphasize, is starting early. Because Warren Buffett, he loves to say that compound interest is the best. It's the best thing ever.
It is.
But if you start early, you get to have so much.
I was listening to something today. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
And that's what, a lot of us don't know that. So it meaning that it's the eighth wonder, meaning it's never stopped working.
No, it still works to this day. And it's always going to work. You just got to seek out the information. Yeah. Seek and you will find.
Well, you know what I'm saying? This seeking takes a lot of effort, Larry.
Oh, it does.
It takes a whole lot of effort. All right, let's go back.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you went off to school down in Brevard first.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you went to Brevard, left Brevard. Why did you leave Brevard?
I realized that. I mean, I wasn't going to the NBA, so I kind of knew that to begin with. But I was just like, this is just a waste of time. So I left. I did that, and then I went to James Madison University.
Okay.
Where I learned that college is not, and I'm not telling anybody not to go. I'm just in my opinion. It makes us weak as individuals because we get taught to be an employee and being a worker for someone else instead of broadening out and becoming the best version of ourselves. We get taught to work hard for somebody else and not work hard for ourselves.
Okay.
And so I done that, didn't like it, and I stopped, and then I went and started selling.
Okay. All right. We're going to put this out there. We're going all the way in today, Trail. Okay. We're going all in. When you decided to make that decision, there was a lot of people that weren't happy with you, wasn't
it? Yes. And that is okay. I found it to be inspiring to have people tell you that it's not a good decision. And I have a phrase that I love. You can't take advice from people that are not doing what you're doing. So everybody loves to give their advice, and you take it with a grain of salt. All advice is good advice, in my opinion, because you either learn what to do from somebody, but you also can learn what not to do from somebody.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people that are not gonna approve of your decision, but that's not their life to live.
Right.
You have to live your own life. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes, but I would rather make a lot of mistakes now. I risk it all now and do something that I maybe didn't work out. But I didn't. At least I didn't regret not doing it.
Right. So there was a time when you and I didn't get along well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We can talk because you know what I'm saying. I was telling you things that I found out early.
Yeah.
That didn't work, and I said, Trail,
don't do this.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
And you did it.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, I got it. But you know what? What I love about you, nephew, is it don't matter what you think about me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it'll work. If it work, great. If it don't work,
I'm going to tell you, you know what? You were right.
We're going back to the drawing board.
Yeah. And that's the thing that for me is that I'm man enough to tell you, you know what? You were right. I ain't gonna do that again, and then I'm gonna try it a different way.
you gonna try it a different way. Yeah. But what I've learned is, Trail, it's okay to hit your head.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to hit their head, Trail.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who are afraid to hit their head, and then you see them in 20 years, and
doing the same thing.
They doing the same thing. And they. You know what? You know what I learned? A lot of times those people are. I ain't speaking down on nobody, but they alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They rude.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a chip on their shoulder like it's your fault.
Yeah.
Every decision that I made in life, some have been good and some have been bad.
Yeah.
But I've tried to learn from the bad decisions that I made.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you're learning right now? Yeah. How old are you, Trail?
I'm 22.
22 years old. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm proud of you, nephew, because you ain't got no kids.
I don't want it. Hey, you're proud of me, God, and do it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no little trails running around out there that's taking you away from what you could be doing for when you 28 and you want a kid.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference.
Yeah. I think, and I had this conversation with my friend the other day. It was like, I think God understands what I'm going to do. And he has the path for me that he realizes that you don't need this right now. So it's been many times that he should have been like, you know what, I'm gonna get you right here. But yeah. I understand. I have the plan for you. Yeah, I can't let you ruin it for me. So that's the way. It ain't me. It's definitely him.
I mean, but I think about it. I love my girls, but what I'm saying, when being a man,
yeah,
you have to be a man to bring a child in this world.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody can make them one.
Oh, that's easy.
Easy. But it takes a man to stay there and to raise them.
It's hard, man.
And and I thought about this morning.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, was it Malik died how many months ago? About 2 months ago?
Yeah.
2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Y'all were close all y'all were close in the same age. How was he, 24?
Yeah.
He was like 2 years older than you?
Mm-hmm.
I can remember your daddy making so many sacrifices.
Yeah.
Some sacrifices that you probably thought, come on, Dad, you taking away from me, trying to help somebody else.
Yeah.
That eventually, when you're 22 years old and you hear about someone's untimely death, you be like, man, life is nothing but a vapor.
Yeah.
But the role models that we have in our lives, isn't that important?
It's super important. My dad is definitely, well, I had both of you and and grandpa too. That I have examples of great men in my life. And I've learned that a lot of people that I associate with, that I did associate with, I have to change that. Um, they don't have that father figure in their life. I gave my dad some pretty interesting facts, or statistics, was that 70% of fatherless homes, if you grow up without a father, you're 70% more likely to end up with committing suicide, depression, homelessness, and having kids before the age of 16. Now that's 70% is a lot. That's quite a big number.
It is.
So the absence of a father figure, and not that Malik didn't have a father in his life, but the absence of having a role model other than your father and somebody else to help guide you, is critical, man. It's critical.
It is. That hit me hard, to think about it, you know what I'm saying? Just remembering, just seeing this young man.
Yeah.
Being around this young man.
We was with each other every day.
All the time. But we look at life as we're promised tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
And then, you know what I'm saying? We're not. No. You know what I'm saying? We're not promised tomorrow. I think about, Uncle Norris.
Mm-hmm. Great role model.
Yeah, we're fortunate. Mm-hmm. That's what I realized in my life, looking back over my life. Mm-hmm. I can remember working with my uncle Snip. Yeah. And you know how much he paid us, Trail? A pack of nabs. A pack of nabs and a soda. And he would work us from 7 o'clock in the morning to 3, 4 o'clock in the evening. You know what I'm saying? That's what he paid us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all what we used to do. All right, I'm gonna put it out. All right. So there are people out you out there, you might know of Eastwood Trailer Court. Uh-huh. Okay. Eastwood Trailer Court. Oh, that's for y'all who live in Logtown and the Bent and all those places. You come through there and you see Eastwood Trailer Court. That trailer court, you know who did all of the driveways in those trailer courts? You know what I'm gonna tell you what he did. He drove to the rock quarry, got the rocks, and brought them back. We ain't have no front end loader to smooth them out. All we had was our arms and some rakes and shovels.
The muscles was there.
You know what I'm saying? And we did those driveways. And you know what we got? I know what he got, but I know we got pack of nabs and a soda. And maybe $5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that taught us the value of work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It taught us the value of work. But it also taught us, entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. My uncle used to work. My Uncle Snip worked 20 hours a day. Mm. You understand? He would work 12 hours at Bassett Walker, get off work, go to the woods, cut logs up until like 12, go home, shower, sleep for about 3 or 4 hours, go back in and work at Bassett Walker at 7 p.m. the next night, and did it all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So having things on working, you know what I'm saying, and sacrifice go hand in hand.
They do.
So what are you sacrificing?
One of the biggest things that I've definitely cut out is like the going out.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel that it's a need for it anymore. It was definitely fun while it lasted. I definitely had my share of great times, but I just think that it's not needed. It's not. I've eliminated things that are not benefit me in my life.
Oh.
And that they just not benefiting me. They weren't helping me get to where I wanted to go. That's why some friends are not as close as they used to be.
Right.
Because it's like if they're not helping you, they're not benefiting you. You got to get rid of them. You got to allow the time to be spent. Solitude is better than spending time with people that don't want nothing. And you have to sacrifice that. Some people are gonna be upset, but that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying. You got to be a strong person to be okay with just being by yourself.
Yes,
because being by yourself is looking in the mirror sometimes ain't fun.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Because sometimes you see your own flaws and you see the things that you need to work on, and it takes a strong person to work on things that they know they're not good at.
And it just takes a strong person because it goes hand in hand. You have to take accountability of who you are and what you're doing. And that's why all decisions that I've made them. So I have to take accountability of what I've done. Hold myself accountable and see, hey, this was a terrible decision. Don't do this again.
This was a terrible decision. Don't do that again.
So like the first time, okay, you know what? I need to change something. You do it again, you're like, all right, but 3 times you just gotta eliminate it. Stop doing it. It's not helping you. It's worthless. And I hate worthless things.
So you hate worthless things?
No, man.
So it doesn't mean, and I understand what you're saying. You're not saying that some people are bad. You're just saying you realize that they're not adding anything to Trail.
Yeah.
To, you know what I'm saying, to your life. Not saying that everybody's you got to bring. No, I'm just saying you have to be a person who can evaluate those who come around in your life. Though, because you know what, you decide who gets to be a part.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I love about being an entrepreneur is I can decide who gets to be this close.
Yeah.
Don't you like that ability?
Yeah. It's definitely key, man. I think your environment always wins. And whoever's in your environment, you start to subconsciously just rub off and start doing the same thing they do. What they think, you start to think. It's kind of crazy, but it is real. That's why people underestimate it so much. But what they start to wear, you start to wear. And like, if they don't want nothing, eventually you ain't gonna want nothing. So you have to understand that your association, people you talk to every day, and people that you allow to have time with you, your time is too valuable to be spent doing nothing. If you think about it, let's say the average person goes to work 8 hours a day.
Okay.
They go to 8 hours a day. Between that, they have to eat, shower, sleep. So that takes about 4 hours. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours. So where we at? We at 20 right? No, it's 16 right now. So that means you only got 4 hours in a day. If you're an average person doing the same thing, you have 4 hours a day. You have 4 hours a day to get everything done. That means I take the 4 hours to work on myself, to write my goals down, to do everything that I need to do in a day to work on my personal development. I only have 4 hours because the rest of my day is done. So are you going to spend your 4 hours doing something worthless and spending it with somebody that's not benefiting you? You don't got enough time for that. I mean, it just makes no sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
So time is not replenishable.
No, I can spend $3 million this year, but I can't get the time that I spent back. No, it's not coming back.
It's not coming back.
I can make the money back. Time is more valuable than money. Time is more valuable than money. Like, it's one of the things that people underestimate. They're just going through life, just letting it happen.
Drifters.
The drifters. Outwitting the devil. Please, if anybody could.
Me and Jan was talking about that on the podcast. That book
single-handedly changed my life. It enlightened you so much. One of my boys, he said the book started to enlighten him so much he had to put it down because he knew he
had to put it down.
He knew he was like, if I read too much of that. And I was like, man, like that's how it is. You got to finish that book. That book, Outwitting the Devil, it might cost you $12. but that $12 will make you $12 million. How much ever money it'll make you a fortune. But that small investment. Oh man,
Outwitting the devil.
Oh my God, that's it. Because all it is it's just an interview, just like we're
a
having
conversation.
Right? And he's asking the devil, as the world, what are you doing to deter me from getting to my goal? And if you know what to look out for, then you have a chance, an opportunity to avoid it, to get better, to do better. Man, it's a great book. And you don't want to become a drifter.
Oh man, I Gabby over there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She after we listened to that. I mean, we were listening to that on our way to on her way to school. We listened to it on our way to basketball practice or whatever. We listened to it every day or on our way to church, on the way home from church. We would listen to that and we're like, man, this is. I mean, where has this book been? Because I've never heard anyone talk about it.
Till I brought it up.
Till you brought it up.
Why? Wow.
No, I mean, like I said, I've read Napoleon Hill's books, but I never read that book.
He was banned for a while.
It was.
Because it was too enlightening, as they say. The people didn't want it to. When he wrote it, they wouldn't publish it for a while. It took his family to publish the book.
Yeah,
it was.
Well, I don't know if you know it, but the woman who's reading the book, the foreword of the book, Sharon Lecter, that's one of Rich Dad's advisors.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just it all. See, your associations can be so.
Yeah,
it can bring you so. It brings so much.
And that book, me and my wife, I got her to listen to it, and she was listening to it. It's like, you can't unhear it.
No, because every time you think about doing something crazy, it's gonna be like, man, I reread it every year.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? And one book I like. I always read just because of what the type of work that I was doing was. I always went back over How to Win Friends and Influence People by Napoleon Hill.
No. Dale Carnegie.
I mean Dale Carnegie. I'm sorry, Dale Carnegie. I mean, because most people don't understand, and I'm sure you understand now that everything is strictly about relationships and how you left it.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself.
You know what I'm saying? Because the guy that I'm gonna meet Saturday, we hadn't talked since I got fired. What, October, Gabby? October 20. I hadn't talked to him since then. We talked. I called him the other day. So I about like, hey man, how you doing? Man, I ain't talked to you, man. But it was that relationship. Yeah. I treated him like I wanted to be treated. You know what I'm saying? I treated him well. And not saying I'm a saint and I do everything right. No. But with this guy, you know what I'm saying? I had a reputation with my drivers to always work with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They would, Trail, I can remember, I kid you not. I'm in the office with the operations manager. I'm in the office. He's sitting behind his desk and this driver comes in. The driver was getting ready to quit the company. They told me that he was getting ready to quit. All right. So I said, okay, let's go in, let's talk. The man come in the office, we talking, and he told the operations manager, the only reason why I'm staying here is because of this man right here. Now, Trail, I kid you not, I let Gabby listen to the voicemail. This man, this grown man, crying, telling them the only reason why I'm staying here is because of Carrie. And that's all I'm saying is treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, really.
When you selling, what is your approach?
I'm gonna treat you as best I can. The thing about, and when I get like into the sale, is I don't even talk about nothing about the product and I just want to get to know who you are. I build a rapport with you first because I just listen to you. People just like to talk, so they like to talk about themselves, but I build that relationship with you. So when I leave, they be like, "Man, you want to come over for dinner?" Like, it feel like I've been knowing you for years, man. So like, and most people are really genuine people, and they just want to be heard, and they just want to be listened to. And so like, that's what I've definitely taught me in sales is like, you listen first, and if you listen to them, they'll listen to anything you have to say. Zig Ziglar had the greatest phrase, and I use it all the time.
I ain't gonna listen. I already know. Now go ahead.
If you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. And it's just that's all it is. That's all it is. Everybody in the world has to buy something from somebody. Everything in here was made by somebody else, and you have to help people. People don't understand. Service is the way to go.
Yeah. Me and Harold talked about this last week. We talked about absolutely the exact phrase that he used was about Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar is one of the greatest salesmen ever lived.
Yeah.
I've listened to Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn.
That's my favorite.
You know what I'm saying?
Les Brown. Tony Robbins has become
Tony Robbins. E.T.
Yeah.
Inky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are people. One of me and Gabby's favorite is 19 Keys. You ever heard of him? He's a thought leader. Oh man, you gotta check out 19 Keys. He dope. Okay. He on the Black Power trip.
He's my favorite.
He one of the favorite, but you know what I'm saying? He's talking to us about our history and us working more with us.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that we've dropped the ball at. Because you know what? We became great as a people during the times when we had to do business with each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Take, for instance, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Tulsa became great because Tulsa had to stand on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They stood on them. They created all that they needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Black excellence.
Yeah.
So they created because we're excellent people, they created that black excellence. And you know what? When those people came in there and massacred and killed all those great black men and women and children, they took their stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Do you understand? Those people had the same access and they had more opportunities than we had, and they still come in and take our stuff. That lets you know that, you know what I'm saying?
We're great people.
We're great people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think about the name of my company, Sam Vance.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I tell you the name, you say, why is it that? Why is it like that, Uncle T? I said, because that's who I come from.
Yeah.
My grandpa Sam. Mm-hmm. My grandpa Vance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's the legacy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What does legacy mean to you?
The same reason that you call it Sam Vance is the same reason that mine is Fountain Holdings. I'm leaving a legacy of my last name. Everything great, if you think about it, has somebody's last name tied to it. Like the Lamborghinis or Ferrari, like somebody's name is tied to it. I want to have my name on something too. It's one of those things that I'm just like, man, like I gotta. It sounds right. It sounds good, but it leaves a legacy for my kids to know that my dad did this, and we're gonna continue this on, and that's the way that it's gonna be, and that's how it just passes down. That's one of the people that I understand that he's left a good legacy for. He's still living, and I mean he's not the best person, but Jerry Jones. Okay, he's left all the legacy for his kids and continue running that Cowboys organization, and it's never gonna leave that Jones organization. You know,
I'm gonna say, I'm going on. I'm coming back with you there. You know what I'm saying? He's done a good job of really leaving a legacy for them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But he's also teaching them if they don't pay attention, some things you don't need to have your hands in.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? See, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand you ain't got to have your hands on everything.
He's not great at outsourcing. And so he still like the day-to-day. He like the job aspect of it. Yeah. He's supposed to be just chilling.
He's supposed to just be sitting in the back signing checks.
Like everybody else.
Really not signing checks, just putting the stamp. You know what I'm saying? If he knew how to just stamp and keep his, you know what I'm saying, get his hands out of everything.
And be quiet.
You know what? And this is, a lot of people might not know, and some people might get upset when I say this, but I'm going to tell y'all this. One of the smartest people was former president. Now, when I say this name, people ain't going to say he's smart. George Bush Jr. He ain't the smartest.
Yeah.
Never will be considered to be the smartest. But he understands the power of partnerships. And he understands that certain things he don't know. And he ain't got to know.
Yeah.
But if you got somebody, if you can hire somebody to come in and work with you, you ain't got to be the smartest. Yeah. Y'all know that George W. Bush, the Texas Rangers, George W. Bush, I think he put in a couple $100,000. All right. While he was I think he was the governor of Texas. He made it so that he pretty much helped them design the contract where they built the place where the Texas Rangers play it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. $200 million. Guess how much he put in? He put in the least amount.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to be the smartest cat in the room.
Yeah.
He wasn't the smartest, but he became the president of the United States.
Yeah. I mean, it just happens like that. I mean, another great example is Henry Ford. Henry Ford said he had a meeting with a guy, and he was talking to him, and he was like, "Man, I don't understand what you're talking about, but I got a button in here that if I push it, I can't find the answer to every question that you have right now. Because I just have to have the operation. I just have to have the vision. Okay?
Yeah.
A great example is that, we was talking about school, that he said that the A students, they come to work for the B students, but the C students had a vision. And they all work for the C student.
They all work for the C student.
Because they understand that it ain't about being smart. It ain't about you being intelligent. It's about knowing how to put people together. I think that's what I'm a good integrator of people.
Mm-hmm.
I know that if I don't, and I have no problem with saying I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have a problem with telling you that they don't know. I have no problem with that.
That's one thing I ain't never. I always tell people, listen, man, I ain't the smartest.
Yeah.
And guess what? I don't have to be.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I just got to be able to be in close proximity of whoever the smartest is, or whoever knows how to do what I don't know how to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who don't need that?
Yeah, exactly. Like a glue. We glue all the puzzle pieces.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a connector.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's all it means. You know what I'm saying? If you can help, like I said, Zig Ziglar said it best. Yeah. I mean, when I come around now, every time I come in here to Tad Space to do a podcast, I see somebody. Hey, ma'am, sir, you think we could? Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to, you remember the kids? You remember the kids used to always be, whenever your dad would put something together, he'd have the kids over on the grill, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now the kids got his own food truck, right? His food truck is doing great. Mm-hmm. And he going to be on the show here pretty soon. Yeah. But we were talking the other day, and I'm going to help some people out there with this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to help somebody out there with this. And then now I'm going to help my black people. Mm-hmm. I'm going to help y'all. If you're in business, do it excellent. Mm-hmm. If you're selling cakes for $6, make sure the piece of cake is worth $6. Yeah. You heard what I said? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell me no little piece of cake for $6. Yeah. And I go down the street down here to Sally's place and I get 3 times the piece of cake for $4.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to do business with you. I don't care if you're a black business. Yeah. I'm not going to do business with you if you charging me inflated prices and you're not giving me the kind of service that I want.
Yeah.
I believe in supporting Black business, but I'm not.
Yeah.
You understand?
The best quality works wins. That's all it is, man.
That's it.
It ain't personal.
This ain't personal.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It ain't personal, right?
Yeah, exactly. Man. It's
just do good work.
That's all it takes.
Just do good service. Mm-hmm. If you say you're gonna do something, what do your daddy always say?
If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. That's all it is. You gotta be a man of your word. That's all you got.
That's it.
Yeah. Scarface said he all got his words.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't putting bread on today, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? We ain't putting bread on, but you know what I'm saying? Anybody out there know who Brad Jordan is, Scarface, everybody know that's what Scarface said.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I want to thank my nephew. I was listening to Snoop Dogg before I came. He was on Drink Champs, and he said, I want to thank me. You know what I'm saying? I love that about you. He said, I want to thank me. Because you know what? I had to make some decisions to be here.
Yeah.
You had to make some decisions to be here.
Yeah.
You have to make some decisions because your parents, they did all they could do to get you here. You know what? That's all your parents owe you.
That's it.
They got you here.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? And the white man ain't your biggest enemy.
No.
I want you to look in the mirror, and that's who you find. That's where you're going to find your biggest enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't it?
Exactly. That's why, you know, it starts with you. You gotta, that's the first person, you know. You got to take accountability of yourself. I mean, your parents definitely don't owe you nothing. They've done their job.
They done their job.
And the I thank me is a great phrase, because I think sometimes we don't give us enough credit for what we do. Mm-hmm. I never, when somebody compliments me, I never kind of shrug it off. I always say thank you, because I already know. But I don't. That's not being humble.
No, it's not being arrogant.
Yeah, and it's not being arrogant. Yeah.
It's not being arrogant.
But it's just like, I don't think we thank ourselves enough. We don't give us enough credit for what we do. When you do something great, applaud yourself. Congratulate yourself on it. It gives you the inspiration to keep going and do it some more. So it's just one of those things that we do have to work on too as well. Stop beating ourselves down so much. It's not helping. Negative talk doesn't help.
It doesn't.
It doesn't help us at all. We have to be more positive about ourselves and what we do and accomplishments that we've made. So,
you know what, nephew, this is a great conversation. This is elevation. Mm-hmm. For that 22. Because you know what? There's a whole lot of 22-year-olds mm-hmm. that right now are disappointed mm-hmm. in where they're at. Yeah. There's some 20-year-olds that are disappointed where they're at. Mm-hmm. What would you say to them right now?
All it takes is a little change, the simple disciplines. I'll tell you what I've learned about disappointments and errors and judgment. All you have to do every single day, and failure is not a failure that you have right now. I'm talking about a failure of life, your whole life. All you do is make a few simple errors in judgment, and you do it daily for the next 6 to 10 to 20 years. You're going to eventually end up somewhere you don't want to do, doing something you don't want to do, living where you don't want to live, driving what you don't want to drive, wearing what you don't want to wear, just because you made the small, simple errors in judgment done daily. All you have to do is change those simple errors and implement those disciplines in your life, and your whole life can change. People think that it takes a lot more than, it takes so much to do well, but all it takes is just simple disciplines in your life every day. Everybody thinks they need 80% to get done, but most people are at 80%. All they need is that extra 20 to get it done. They're just the simple disciplines. So all I would say is just implement the small disciplines in your life every day, and you can become everything you want to be.
Wow. Just a simple disciplines. I was watching the Pivot podcast, mm-hmm. and they were talking to Plaxico Burress. Mm-hmm. When he shot himself, mm-hmm. he said before he got out of his Maybach, he knew that he should have left that gun inside his car. But he's like, no, I'm going to take it with me. Yeah. And that one decision changed the whole trajectory of his life. Yeah. Not saying it would have been any better or have been any worse.
Mm-hmm.
But if he never takes that gun in the club, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Oh, what? His hands was yeah.
If he never takes that gun inside the club, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he got glue on his hands. Hey, he got the best hands I've ever seen.
Okay. So that's what we're saying is simple decisions that we know that we should make. Mm-hmm. We should just, think about it. Mm-hmm. All it took was him leaving that gun in that Maybach.
Yeah.
He said, no, I'm taking it with me.
Yeah.
Simple decisions, I'm telling you.
It's crazy that it's just one bad mistake can ruin your whole life.
But
it's so simple to do wrong, but it's hard to do right too. But it's so simple. You can mess up your whole entire life by just taking one bad decision.
One bad decision. That's all it takes. Yeah. That's all it takes. And I'm sitting here with my nephew, and he's a man. One simple decision. To wrap it up or not can change your life.
Oh yeah. That is.
You understand?
Yeah.
That changes your life from what you can do
to what you have to do.
Right?
You got more options when you ain't got that.
you got more options.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that you've taken chances and they've paid off for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That decision that you made to not to go back to Brevard, that was one of the biggest decisions that you could have made. Mm. You know what I'm saying? To decide not to do that. Yeah. Because once you made that decision, some people was going to be upset with you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Then when you decided not to go back to JMU, some people was going to be upset with you, but you decided to make that decision because you knew something was better for you in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
And once you made that decision, your life started to change for the better.
Drastically. It's so, I'll tell anybody, man, like, it's crazy how fast your life can change in a year. I'm talking about going from being negative to having thousands of dollars in your, it's crazy how it works, man. Like, just by implementing small disciplines and taking that chance on you, because I got to bet on myself every time. I'm taking me every time.
Every time.
Every time. We might lose, but my intention is to win.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it, nephew. You know what I'm saying? I always bet on you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing I've learned in life. Mm-hmm. I bet on Curry 10 times.
It don't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
I might have lost 9. I still got one more.
You know what I'm saying? But you still betting on Trail.
Yeah, man. Because if we lose all 10, I know we ain't gonna lose all 10 next time.
Right. Because we gonna change something.
Yeah, we're going back to the drawing board.
We're gonna tweak it a little bit. We're gonna tweak it, and then eventually
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Man, nephew, man, we probably been here for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for joining me on today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're leaving next week going to Portland. Mm-hmm. You're going to be out there for
about 3 months.
About 3 months. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe Texas.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Maybe Texas, I ain't had me and my wife, she ain't never been in Texas. Yeah. So if you were going to be in Texas, it'll be a good reason for us to, you know what I'm saying, to visit, yeah. You know what I'm saying, to visit Texas, you know what I'm saying, to see what life is like down there.
Nice. Everything's bigger, I heard.
Everything's bigger. Everything is bigger. Mosquitoes are bigger. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, they pretty big here too.
You know what I'm saying? So, I want to thank you for taking time to spend some time with your uncle on the day, to just talk about life's decisions. Mm-hmm. And anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, I'll have to give a shout out to my parents and my mom especially because it's Mother's Day. She was upset with me since I didn't do it the last time. But hey, Mom. And everybody get prepared for my new book coming out. It'll be coming out pretty soon. It's the 4 Keys to Your Better Future. And we're looking to hold the first ever Vatrell Fountain public speaking seminar. And it'll be called the 4 Keys to Your Better Future too. It's like a playoff of the book. We're looking to hold that at the Task Space this year. So I'm looking for everybody to have their best year ever next year. and be able to come out and support and gain some knowledge and some wisdom from the young fella. So
The young fella.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I want to thank God for my nephew. I'm proud of him.
yeah.
I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my wife. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Miss Karen Fountain. Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother, Clara. Happy Mother's Day to my mother-in-law, Miss Betty. Because guess what? If it wasn't for them, none of us would be here.
Yeah.
None of us would be here. I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. Everybody, go to our YouTube channel. I need you to hit that subscribe button. We need to get to 500 subscribers. I need y'all to do that. My nephew has a YouTube channel. I want you to go to his YouTube channel, Fountain of Wisdom.
The Fountain of Wisdom.
The Fountain of Wisdom. We need you all to subscribe to our channels so we can do some other things. You know what I'm saying? We want to do some other things. And once we get to that number, then we can start making some extra monies. You know what I'm saying? This is not just to just say we're doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We building something.
Yeah, exactly.
And the next time my nephew is gonna come on, he gonna tell me that his house is finished. You know what I'm saying? His flip, you know, his rental property is ready. He gonna tell us about that. He gonna tell us about how much money he made while he was out in Portland. Because I'm expecting big things, you know, from him. And, you know, we're just gonna get better.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The Bible teaches us
I'm ready for this.
that iron sharpens iron. That's what we're gonna do around here.
Yeah. We're
gonna sharpen each other up. You know, that's what we do in the Fountain brand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We sharpen each other up. I want to send a shout out to my brother Vatrell's dad. Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
Rook, who's out there on the road right now doing his thing. I want to send a shout out to him, let him know, hey, we love you, we appreciate you. You know, hey, big things. Big things is coming. Yeah. Am I correct in that?
That's it, man. And shout out to God because he made everything possible. And he going to continue to make everything possible.
Hey, he's the best. Hey, thank you all for tuning in, and we're out.